Okay, now you should be able to hear me. I knew that update was going to mess with something. So welcome to Cookies Enabled. I'm your host. We'll try this again. And Andrew, usually my co-host, is not here today. I'm so sorry, everybody. He is working super hard as usual. So he is going to be tuning in with me in just a moment here because we filmed earlier today, and as you can tell, I rearranged a few things back here. We are officially into season 2 of What's New Wednesdays. We've officially done an episode every week for a year, and we're officially on our thing. Let me go make sure I'm not echoing back on everybody. Sorry. So, again, welcome to the show. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed today. We have tons of awesome news for you guys today. We're talking about space rockets crashing into the moon. We're talking about the James Webb telescope, building computer chips in your garage, new dinosaurs, and really awesome memes. So stick with us, everybody. I'm going to jump to our main video here now that I've kind of set everything up. And myself and Andrew from earlier today will take it away and explain a good chunk of our news today. So enjoy. Okay, everybody, we are here with Andrew before he's in at work, and we're going to knock out a bunch of news that we had. Well, actually, quite a bit of space news this week, and some SpaceX news as well, which is cool. So I'll let you take that away, Andrew, as usual.
Yeah. So, like Will said, I'm going into work within a half an hour. So, we're going to record a bunch of this. He's going to be playing it later tonight during the live stream.
Absolutely.
But yes, SpaceX news. We finally are getting some stuff this year.
Hooray!
10 a.m. to 10 p.m. in Boca Chica. There's a road closure for a test, which means we're getting closer to Starship launch. I think they're gonna be testing some of the Raptor engines or fueling or something like that.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep, we got a road
There's
closure.
still
I'll have the links below for you guys if you want to take a look at those.
the FAA did kind of push back the time frame for their for their environmental studies,
Absolutely.
which it's understandable. It's a small
Yeah.
community. There
You
are
gotta take it
there.
easy on those poor people.
Well, it's also that they're worried about the environmental, uh, you know,
Yeah.
everything
You don't want to
that
impact it
could.
too much.
So the environmental implications, they're taking a little bit more time to do some studies and make sure everything's fine, which, you know, that's what we have to
That's
do.
what we gotta do. Yep.
Uh, if it's a difference between saving crocodiles or local wildlife
Right.
versus a rocket launch, then yeah, go for the wildlife first,
Right. Right.
obviously. So we'll see. But SpaceX has had a lot going on. They just splashed down a few days ago. I think it was the 24th
Right. I didn't grab a picture of that.
station,
Yep. Yep.
CRS 4. They just splashed down.
Which is cool.
And uh, that a few of the Russian cosmonauts did a spacewalk to work on one of the new modules,
Which is
which was really
so
cool.
cool. So cool.
Small thing I saw, and I'll send Will the link so he can post it too.
Oh yeah.
Someone on a Facebook post that I saw was asking about the um, the covers that go over the windows in the cupola,
Right. Right.
which is basically, we've seen that the 7 window
Absolutely. Yep.
look at the Earth, and the it's they said that's basically 7 holes in the space station
right.
where because you can't close those lids
Mm-mm.
from outside.
No.
It's all a manual dial inside the cupola, and all that's keeping the air inside from out there, keeping that air pressure, is 2 O-rings,
Huh.
which is insane.
Yeah, that's amazing that it
And
can do that. Huh.
yeah, so
That's one
we'll
heck of an
share the
O-ring.
link. It's smarter every day.
Right.
He's a great channel to follow. I think his father actually worked on the James Webb Space Telescope.
Nice. That's
I have
cool.
a whole series on that.
Sweet.
But he also were able to he tracked down the guy that created the patent for this mechanism to close these
Right.
barriers.
Huh.
Basically, it's just to protect the cupola from micrometeoroids
Okay.
or
Sure.
things like.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
But the idea is, how do you create a mechanism to close that, but also keep the air pressure
Right.
when you have to have a beam go through from inside to outside? And in on Earth, it ain't a problem.
No.
But when you want to make sure that your space station maintains its pressure,
Right. Kind of a big deal.
20 years ago, he came up with the patent. He worked on it, and now he owns was it a motorcycle customization
Oh,
shop?
nice. Okay, cool. Very cool.
And he talked about it, and he didn't even realize that his patent was being used on the space station. He sold it to the Italians, and they
Oh,
used
what? So why would you know? Right.
it. Exactly. So we'll link to that
Yes,
video.
please
It's
do.
a
That's intriguing. Oh my goodness.
YouTube channel. You do get smarter every day. We
Right.
When we say that we learn something every day,
We really do.
he makes you smarter. Hey, maybe if we get a little bit bigger, we could do a collab
We'll have to.
with
We'll
him.
have
That
to totally pull on some people for
he's
sure. Oh
done
yes.
videos in submarines. He's done videos on James Webb.
Right.
It's a huge channel. Maybe I'll reach out to him. We'll see.
Right.
But no, so SpaceX, yeah, they landed CRS-24,
Yep.
um, and that went flawlessly. They've got that going. But the coolest thing,
Right.
in 2015, they launched one of the rockets. The second stage basically went out to one of the Lagrange points, which if you've heard us talk about that before, that's one of the points that it's
Yeah.
a Lagrange point is basically a mathematical orbit
Right.
position in our solar system where a satellite or a telescope
Right.
like James Webb
Right.
can orbit efficiently.
Exactly.
One of them in 2015 sent out just another probe to look at the sun. But the second stage is kind of got erratic,
Right.
and now it's getting ready to crash into the moon. So that's going to be fun to watch.
Yep, I have a tweet here from one of
Mm-hmm.
the engineers. I'll pull that up really quick. It says for those asking, yes, an old Falcon 9 second stage left in high orbit in 2015. It is going to hit the moon on March 4th. It's interesting, but not a big deal.
I love that we can do the math and know exactly like which day its orbit is going
Right.
to dissolve and it's going to
And it
crash.
sounds like
And I
NASA's
mean, we
actually kind of gearing up to study this to kind of figure out, impacts in the moon, how that works, what they look like. So this is actually going to turn into a full blown study. It's not just like, yay, it's crashing into the moon, cool. I mean,
since I'm on my phone and you have your computer, can you find out what mission that was from? Like, what did they
let
launch?
me
It was,
see
I think,
here.
one of the solar uh, observers. I can't remember which one.
Stage play long burn. It was anyways, Deep Space Climate Observatory began. Okay, the journey started. Blah blah blah. So I'm just kind of reading through the article now. I don't remember exactly where it is. Um, it's kind of a lengthy article. Bear with me. What am I looking for again? What did you wanted to know the specifics?
The mission that second stage was
Uh,
from. It was one of the deep space observation
it was with
satellites, but
the
I don't remember.
LCROSS mission. I have to click on that to figure out what that is. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Lacrosse mission?
We're getting
The
the
lunar.
new.
Crater Observing and Sensing Satellite mission is what they were part of.
Okay,
Huh.
that makes sense.
So, look at that. I will post that
I've
link
seen
below.
some of the news stations reporting like this this rocket is going off of its trajectory and about to hit the moon. No, it they launched it out and they knew that it was going
Right.
to have an erratic orbit over the
We're
moon,
not
and
blowing up the moon or
the
anything. Everybody calm down.
sensationalist news, that's
Oh,
how they always do it.
absolutely. But it,
Either way, so
yeah,
let's see. Let's see what happens. SpaceX is doing a test on Starship.
right.
They landed their CRS mission
Yep.
with a bunch of scientific experiments and trash, even from
Right.
the space station, and one of the rockets is going to crash into the moon.
Yep.
So they are kind of
They're
busy.
pretty busy all of
It's
a sudden.
fun.
It's a busy week.
We just gonna we had a lull, but now we finally get a bunch of stuff. Um,
And we have good news with the James Webb, which we've already kind of
yeah,
semi mentioned, but
yeah.
not really.
So I watched a bit of last week's stream that you did.
Right. Thank you.
So I did have a quick correction on
Oh,
some of the things
please
you were
do.
saying. You
Please
said
do.
that it was completely and fully deployed, but it was not quite.
Oh.
It was in a position,
Well, it wasn't in
but they
position, but
did
I mean,
have
it had fully
ways.
unfolded. That's what I was trying to state. Like, it didn't have any more folding to do. It just had to get to its spot, and then it was done. Like,
What it was doing, moving the mirrors,
right. Oh, I'm gonna
and
pull up the picture
there are several mirrors on it that have to. They basically moved over several days 12 millimeters
here.
into the right position. Now these mirrors are really cool because they're made of a material called beryllium.
Right.
That's an element. Um, and it's extremely strong, extremely lightweight. You can think of it like steel or titanium.
Exactly. Yep.
And some of these servos, these little uh, machines that move them, despite its strength, they can actually deform this
Right.
material, which is what they need to figure out how to focus the mirror
Exactly.
perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're taking something built on Earth out into orbit and trying to, it's going to condense, it's going to
Right.
form to a different shape based on its temperature.
Yep.
So they have a lot of these mechanisms that over its
Right.
lifespan can reform and adapt these mirrors. Basically, like you would focus any telescope on
Right.
Earth or a camera lens, but it's in orbit around Lagrange point two.
Yeah. I got a little video of
And
that orbit and what that looks like with the Earth and the Sun. If
they
anybody
have a few
wonders.
months of them turning all of these machines on, doing tests, and then, like you said, by around June or so,
Right.
we're going to get our first images. Now, this isn't really replacing
No.
Hubble.
No. It's
It is
just doing
kind
more.
of an accessory. Hubble
Right.
mainly took photos in the visual spectrum
Right.
of, you or I could see. But this James Webb is going to be delving into the infrared
Right.
spectrum, which is what you need to look back at the earliest days of the universe.
Yep.
And we're going to be looking back 13.6, 13.7 billion years ago.
Right.
So very early on, basically to the point where light existed. Because before that, the universe was so hot that photons did not exist.
Right.
Light didn't exist.
Right.
It's weird to think about. Like,
But it makes
just
sense, you know.
time where the universe was so hot that light couldn't physically exist. But the moment it could, that's what we're looking at. And that's going to be amazing. We've looked at the cosmic microwave background radiation, but this is going to get a closer look at that. And I'm so excited. So, yeah, busy space week. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
We
Sorry,
got
I'm typing a message really quick here. Sorry. There we are. I do have
You're
a
good.
picture of what James Webb looks like
Uh,
right now from Earth, which just looks like a dot in space, essentially. But it's on NASA's
yeah.
website. I have the link below.
Uh,
It's kind of cool.
I took a satellite, a telescope photo, and you really can't see it because it's a billion miles away from
Right.
Earth. But they're pointing like that's
Yep.
the James
There it
Webb
is.
Telescope.
There it is. That little tiny
It's out
dot.
there.
There it is. But yes, I thought that was
So fun.
cool. And I love the orbit. I mean, it's a very interesting thing. Definitely take a look at the video. There's a bunch of different videos on.
We have the sun at the center of our solar system. It doesn't orbit the sun. It
Right.
orbits.
It's
It's
it's like
so
stuck
weird.
in the rotation of the Earth, in the same rotation around the sun, but also rotates vertically around the Earth's gravitational pull. It's like you've got multiple gravitational fields kind of holding it together. It's really ingenious, very cool stuff. Take a look at that.
Maybe someday we'll do an episode on orbital mechanics.
Oh God, yeah.
Um, if we do, we're going to have to learn a lot
Oh God,
because I have no idea
yeah.
what that orbital mechanics, physics to
Dust your
that
books
level.
off, everybody.
I actually have an old science teacher that could probably come on as a guest
That would be
and
cool. Yeah.
give us a good explanation. Let me talk to him.
Sure.
He's cool. Sunshine. He had a mohawk when I was in school.
Right.
He's
Right.
from the upper of Michigan. I'm going to talk to him
Yeah.
because if he could explain orbital mechanics like that to us, that'd be
That
cool.
would be so cool. But on a
Yeah.
different note, let's do some memes really quick while I got you on the line here. You got
Yeah,
some
I got about
awesome ones this week.
memes and then a dinosaur
Yes, we got the
story.
dinosaur story, and oh yes, then I'll have I think two more after that, but that'll be, after the fact, so we're good. But anyway, so meme number one here. This one is hilarious. Uh, this one, this one is your first one that you sent me, which is the Ghostbusters and Ghost smushed together in one photo. So in the background of the picture, you have Dan Aykroyd standing there in his suit in the old Ghostbusters, like uniform and everything. He's ready to zap something. And then you see the picture of our two main characters from the movie Ghost. If you don't know either of these movies I'm talking about, I'm going to show you pictures of them so you can take a look at those here. Please reference these. I'm pretty sure you can watch all of these on a streaming service somewhere. I know Amazon Prime has most of the ones I'm mentioning here, and I think Netflix has Ghost or Hulu. One of the two has it. Definitely where to watch that stuff. So funny because it looks like he's about to zap the lead guy, and she's like about to kiss him too. So it's just so funny.
What's his name? I can't even.
I cannot remember for the life of me. I'm gonna have to look it up really quick. Let me see. It's the movie Ghost.
What's his name?
Official. Oh, this is not right. The movie, damn it.
And it'll bring it up. Name is on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember.
Patrick Swayze, and Demi Moore. So that's who we're looking at in the front of the picture there. Obviously, they're doing that soft embrace with the clay in their hands and the spinny wheel and all that. So again, if you don't know what we're talking about, take a look at those two. We also had this is kind of a shout out because Ghostbusters Afterlife just came out, which is
I loaded that. I watched like 10 minutes.
I've not seen it yet. I've still not seen it.
I'm so excited.
Oh God, yeah, I am super excited. I liked all the other ones. I'm not going to get into the story, but this one definitely looks great. I'm super excited to finish it. So,
so the other one I had.
Here's the other one that you had. Sorry.
I love this, and I got to give it some credit because Britney Spears has had many years of dealing. She's been through hell.
Yeah. Yes.
For all of you that don't know, she
love this photo of her.
Remember what happened in 2007 when she had her meltdown?
Right. Yes.
But she was under so much pressure, and then her dad found a way to be guardian basically
Pretty
and take
much.
control of her life and her finances. And she's finally free from all of that.
Right, right.
And, I never cared for her music. I thought it was shit, yes. But
Yes. But she's not
as
a
a
good a
person,
bad person because of
done
her
anything
music, you
wrong.
know?
And
Yeah.
I,
Like,
I love
uh-oh. Uh-oh, you froze for a second. Let's see if you
good.
unfreeze. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Now you're back. Now you're back. Okay.
She's struggled through a lot of her life. And you know what? Maybe a lot of us were too hard on her. So let
That's very
her
well.
live her
Yeah.
best now. And so here you have,
It says
uh,
Friday, and then it says
yeah,
something something just entered the atmosphere, and then
it's,
Tony says,
it's,
"What is it?"
it's,
It's Britney, bitch. Oh
honestly,
my
I
god, I love this.
find seeing her as Captain Marvel.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, if you don't know Captain Marvel, pull out your Disney Plus subscription and search Captain Marvel because it's freaking awesome. And she looks a lot like the lead there. I mean, oh,
She's great in that role. I
I
thought
actually think
that
she could have played Captain Marvel pretty well now that I think about it.
look at the Photoshop image there. She could have done it.
She could have. She looks so ready to go. She is going to kick so much ass.
All right,
Oh.
so you
So
have
I have two as well, and mine are kind of
you have
referencing well,
dinosaurs
you'll
because
see
that's
here.
a minute.
Older movies and also bad weather. So the first one here says, when you live in the Midwest and you wake up into single-digit weather, but there's no wind, and it shows the old knight standing on top of his castle. He goes, "A blessing from the Lord." Like, this is legitimate, people. I don't know if you know, but when it's 5 degrees outside and the wind isn't blowing, it doesn't feel like 5 degrees.
Bad. I live in northern Michigan. I feel you. Five
Like,
can be okay if the
yes,
sun's
yes.
up and if it's calm, but once that wind hits, you walk out and the first every word coming out of your mouth is a swear word.
It is a swear
And
word. That is how you get it. Yes, just.
I hate it.
It's not fun, people. It's not fun.
They
Anyway,
made
if you don't
Midwest
know the
the
night,
whole thing of it's not the heat, it's the humidity, or it's the
oh
wind
no,
that kills
no,
you.
no,
There's a reason that's a thing. Because yes, the humidity is what does it, and the wind is what does it. Just
right.
come live in northern Michigan, and then you can
Yeah,
complain.
spend a winter here and you'll see the difference. So, I do want to point out that the knight that is mentioned in that meme is from the Mighty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail. If you have not seen that one, wow, you are missing out because holy moly, there's a lot of jokes crammed into that movie.
That's my favorite movies
It is
ever.
one of mine as well. I absolutely love it. Somebody just hit me up on there. Now, my last one here is also from one of my favorite movies, and it's also referencing MTV and the first music video they ever played, which was by the Bugles. And it's video blank the radio star, which is killed the radio star here. If you can't tell by the way that our characters are looking at each other in the picture, which now if you don't know where this picture is from, you need to pull out your old school, high school copy of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I
Yeah.
know that everybody was really kind of hyped up about that in high school. It seemed, and it's always like a big thing at that age, because you're kind of discovering sex, and that's kind of what
Oh,
they're talking about
everybody
here.
loves.
So,
Do you
but
know why that came? You know why that came across your Facebook feed?
what?
Meatloaf just died.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh,
Yeah, that's
oh
why
no,
the
now I'm so sad. This is so sad.
star there died. Meatloaf died.
Oh my! Well, that's why it came up on my feed, and I okay. Well, I'm so sorry, everybody. Well, then there's a shout out to Meatloaf because that was wonderful.
Meatloaf, he was a great actor. He was a great musician.
Yes,
That was one of his iconic roles. Everybody loved him in that. But
yes.
no, like Meatloaf is gone. He was like 74. I mean, he was
Oh my
old.
gosh. Yeah. Okay, so we got one last topic for you guys today, and this one is about a new dinosaur that was discovered. And now this new dino, I am not really going to try the name because I am so sorry. I don't know if I can pronounce this like Ankylosaurus. 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 I don't know. It's Ankyllosaurus. Obviously, a saurus, you know. But
Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus. Okay, so there we go.
So
Now
yeah,
I'll pull up a picture here for you guys. This thing is awesome. They got the spinal column, so you can see the cool
but
spikes. It looks
and out of
awesome. There we go. I'm going to move this out of the way here. So there's that one. Let me pull up another, some more info here. I know they said this thing is 167 to 163 million years old. And they think this is the oldest one ever discovered so far, which is a really big deal because the spinal column and the ribs that they found are in really good condition. Now they can't obviously get like DNA out of this because it's millions of years old, and whatever they'd find would be so broken down by now you wouldn't be able to really put anything back together.
unless
It's a
you're right.
fossil, we got to think it's rock, But
I mean, we found DNA from dinosaurs, but it has to be under the perfect conditions.
absolutely, and these are not. I mean, this is in the spinal column is fossilized so well you can actually really reproduce the full skeleton, which is kind of what they did here in this drawing. Showing you what it looks like on land, and it looks cool. I mean, we've seen these. I want to say they were in Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. I want to say they had something similar to this that was
You're
smashing
thinking
jeeps with its tail.
similar to the Spinosaurus that was
Yeah,
from
yep,
Jurassic 3.
yep.
This is a little different.
Obviously,
A lot
yep.
of the ankylosaurs, they had very armored shells,
Right. This doesn't
but
look
this
as
is
armored.
we found um, with like the bones or keratin spikes sticking out. So it's a little different than what you're used to. So obviously, being a new unearthed specimen, they're going to do some research and tell us what they
I mean, I
think.
would hope so.
But exciting to when I was looking for that to send to you, apparently 7 different dinosaur species were discovered in 2021.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'll have
dinos
to
that we
send
just discovered, everybody.
you
And this one was in the
Twitter.
UK,
Yep,
Morocco area. Just so you know.
Morocco's not UK.
I'm sorry. That's what it's. Well, see, that's what I'm so confused. It said, oh wait, I'm sorry. It's going to be acquired by a dealer in the UK. So that's where I'm saying it's going to be stored in the UK,
Uh,
but it was found in Morocco. So yeah, sorry, totally different spots there.
a lot of your dinosaurs are discovered in more of your tropical or temperate climates, and that just comes down to when they were around, what the world was like. Um, More temperate climates near the equator means more dinosaurs.
Exactly,
That's
and that
just how.
makes so much more sense. And they did find other rocks similar to this one in the United States, Canada, and Europe. So it's not the only one, but this was the only one they found, I think, in that particular area, which is even kind of cooler because that's kind of strange that they were found so far north. I don't know what they ate though. It doesn't say. Probably like
Uh,
grass and shrubs and
for
stuff.
most of your herbivores. So, I mean, it's basically a vegetarian.
Okay. That's not so bad. Then that's kind of what I
It's
figured
not
because
a,
it looks low to the ground. Like, what are they going to be eating? And the tail is like its
it's not a
defense, more than
predator.
anything. So, but super cool. I love new dinosaurs. I love discovering new stuff like that. So cool. And just when you think that we've found it all. I mean, what? How many new dinosaurs in 1 year did we discover? 7? I almost don't have that many
Well,
fingers.
anyway,
Oh my gosh, so
well,
funny. Anyway,
I gotta go. I gotta go and work. I gotta go serve some people some food and
I
drinks.
appreciate you taking the time to be with us, Andrew, and I will finish this video here afterwards, but I appreciate you being here and sharing all these awesome topics with us today, and we will see you next time.
And I'll watch the whole stream tonight
Oh, yes.
and see what in store. So thank you, everybody. We always appreciate it. Um, we are just, I just noticed on my Facebook memories, we are just a few days after a whole
Yep.
year of our first live
Yeah, we're
stream. That
officially
was like
past it.
a
I think
day.
this is episode, like, technically 1.5 or 2 or something. So, yay, season 2!
We
Which is
tried
the
to
new
do it on a
background.
Monday and we had no problems. So we did our first real one on a Wednesday. So I'm pretty sure this is our
Oh, there you
anniversary.
go.
So
Hey, well, wow, it's official.
anniversary of What's New Wednesdays. We did it.
I'm so
A
so
year
happy.
of our.
So cool.
Thank you all for watching. I'm excited to see what this channel becomes in the next
Oh yeah,
year.
we got a lot of
And
cool things lined up. I'm super excited. But thank you again,
but thank you
Andrew,
all.
and I will take it away here in just a second. Gotta turn my microphone back on. I always forget. Anyway, I'm back. So I got two last topics for you guys tonight, and one is gonna wrap up what we were talking about last week and the week before last, which is actually still part of space news because we're not totally done with space news yet today. So unfortunately, but this is the Perseverance rover. This poor thing has been stuck on Mars, drilling holes into rocks for a while now, and it's been very successful until the sixth drill, which I told you about last week, where it had a rock stuck in its throat. Technically speaking, it's not really in its throat, but it was kind of in some of the gear joints, and they were really afraid this could damage the machine if they continued to just use it without trying to get these rocks out. So, good news, everyone. They were able to get those rocks out. Now, they had to do it in two stages. And the first stage was just moving the arm into place by rotating the whole arm almost upside down, really facing the ground. And then the second stage was a few days later, which was this Saturday. They turned the machine on, and out came that little rock. Now, if you missed it, it's going to replay a few times here, so don't panic. And they actually slow it down in slow-mo here, and you can kind of see. Now that's actually a part of a Martian rock that has been drilled and then compressed down into a really, tiny little, nugget, I guess you could say. And so that was actually choking up the machine. And by putting it in reverse mode and flipping the machine upside down, it shot it out, Now, the good news is the Mars team and the Perseverance team is reporting that it will be able to not only continue drilling, but it will even be able to use that same sixth slot again in the exact same rock that it choked down originally, but in a different spot of that rock that should be a lot easier for it to drill. And I'm excited. All of these samples, if you're wondering, are going to come back to Earth, but not until 2030. So we got some time to wait for these puppies to come back. But until then, Perseverance is going to keep on Martian and through the Martian atmosphere and picking up hopefully as much knowledge as it can. So that was really cool. I had to absolutely share that with you because thank you to NASA and the European team as well for helping them out and getting that all taken care of. So thank you guys. Love that article. And I got one last one for you here. Now this one is interesting. I know I mentioned in the description, I don't know if you guys read that, but it stated that you can build computer chips in your garage. What? Well, what if I told you a 22-year-old was already doing such a thing? Oh, that's the wrong click. Sorry. This one. There's the kid. His name is Sam. Sam is making chips in his own garage. And the one there holding behind that magnifying glass is actually one he created himself. That is the Z2. Now, you're probably wondering, like, whoa, is this guy like some crazy genius, like another Apple, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, something like that? Because they were also kind of doing this same thing. Now, the difference between what Apple was doing / Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, Microsoft, all of them were doing, and what this guy's doing is vastly different. What they were doing is they were taking microchips that were being produced here in the United States and a few in other random countries, and actually assembling them onto the circuit boards and then selling that as a computer. We have machines that do that for us now. They're mainly in China and Thailand and a few other random countries. Not here in the United States. There's only maybe 5% of what you buy technology-wise is completely manufactured here in the United States. So it's not as much as you would assume. And back in the early 70s and 80s, during the tech boom, the United States was about 20 to 25% of the world's supply of global chips, which is huge. Now we're only about, I think, 8%. So, hopefully that changes in the next 5 to 10 years, and that will also help. I know there's a new Intel chip factory coming in Ohio, so that is also happening. Anyway, this guy has found a way to build not only transistors in his garage, which is what powers these little microchips is just lots of little tiny transistors. But he was able to do this completely by himself and kind of self-taught. There's a lot of videos on YouTube. Obviously, we're one of them that will show you how to do this stuff. I'm not going to show you how, but it is really, really interesting. And no, he didn't drop out of school or anything like that. He's still kind of deciding exactly what he wants to graduate in college and kind of figuring that mode of his life out. He's obviously pretty young. He's got a long way to go, but a very promising career, I'm sure. And I am excited that we got to hear about it. Now, here are 3 of the chips that he created in his garage. Now, he did create the very first one that you're seeing kind of closest to my face, I guess you could say, is the one that was only a few cores. I think it only had about 2,000 transistors in it. So that's really small. That's not equivalent to much. It's maybe what you have in a basic calculator, maybe even less in some cases. And then the second one here, the Z2, which is the one in the center, it's kind of like a purple glow to it. As you can see, it has those kind of checkerboard patterns. Has over 1,000 or 1,200 transistors crammed into it. And again, he built those transistors himself and then found a way to use light and standard things you're going to find left over at your local college or high school, including an overhead projector and microscopes lined up in such a way that he can use ultra red or the ultra visible spectrum to kind of etch into the microchips. And so the third one here is the Z3 chip he's still working on. That one will be able to not only add, but hopefully do multiplication on a grand scale. So this sounds confusing, and I'm sorry, but most computer chips already have the ability to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, which is technically just a variation of subtraction and addition. They're just different variations in how the chips are designed on the interior side of the transistor. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible to understand. But yes, this guy has pretty much found a way to do this in his garage, which most people thought was impossible. And he said, hey, you know, if they say it's impossible, I'm going to give it a shot. So here he did, and here he is. So definitely, he's got a long ways to go before he's anywhere near an Intel chip. But it is still a very cool, interesting idea that we could be building a lot of our own technology right here at home very easily with all the supplies and stuff that we have. You know, really not so trickily. It would take some time and some effort, but it's doable. It's very doable, and this is definitely a homebrew experiment that went very well. So congratulations, Sam. If you guys want more information, check after the show. I post everything in the comments below and tons of sources. Please check them out. I diligently spend some time reading through all of them and digging through and making sure they're not only accurate, but they actually have sources to back up the sources I'm giving you. So check them out. Also, welcome to Season 2, everybody. We got some cool episodes coming later this month. I am going to be scrambling to get a bunch redone, and I know Andrew is also scrambling to get a bunch done. He, I think, is fully finished one episode and is almost done with the second one, possibly done with 3 pretty soon here. So keep an eye on our channel. Click that subscribe button below and click that little bell icon, and that way you'll get the notification on your phone or your mobile device or whatnot whenever we go live or post a new episode, which isn't too frequently, so don't worry, we're not going to be bothering you guys a lot. But if you guys want to know more information, check out our social media. We are on pretty much everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I think we're going to be coming to a podcast near you, hopefully, pretty soon here. I know we're coming, hopefully, to Spotify within the coming weeks with our audio broadcasts of every episode. So thanks again, everybody. I want to say I appreciate you all for tuning in. Definitely don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let us know what you guys think. And I will talk to you guys all later. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys next time. I know I learned something new, and I hope you guys did too. Take it easy, guys.